Something even a little bit bigger, a little bit, another level, another notch, if you will. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. This is Jalopy Johnson Garage, where we do what I call crafty automobilia, but basically it's automobilia type stuff. I like to collect old vintage stuff and then twist it into decorations, wall hangers or whatnot. And today we are doing snow globes. Yeah, we're doing snow globes. So real quick rewind. A couple weeks ago, I went to a craft store and I saw, craft show, and I saw a mason jar with a little Hot Wheel in it and all decorated for Christmas, and the Hot Wheel had a Christmas tree in the back with a little truck, and I thought that was pretty bitchin', so kind of inspired me to do my own. And then last weekend I did that. I made 3 of them. I'll put the link up in the top here if you want to watch those, but I did 3 versions. I did like a 59 GMC, I did a 53 Chevy, and a Ford Bronco. So did 3 different versions. Here's one of them. This is the 59 GMC. So you can kind of see we kicked it up a notch. Mason jar, super cool, really dig them. But my whole intention with those was just to kind of do a practice version so I can do even a bigger, more deluxe version. And I'm going to go bigger. Not that bigger is always better, but in this case it is. We're doing this sun tea jar, which looks like a mason jar. That's going to be our globe itself. I bought this cool little vase, or stand, not a vase, and that's going to rest on there. And then for the inside, going with my favorite car, the 40 Ford Coupe, which I've been working on all week, getting it patinaed out in kind of rustic version, which I've never done before, so that's why I didn't film it. I was doing some practice stuff, so I think it turned out really cool. So those are the parts that are going in there. Before we get going on the video, I got a comment about, I did these round wall hangers with the hubcaps on them, and I guess I had mentioned in the video that I would decorate them for Christmas. So check out this picture, and then yeah, let's get going on the super deluxe snow globe. All right, so before we get into it, let me show you the car, because the car turned out really cool. Never done diecast before, like I mentioned in the opening there, but this is what the car looked like before. Then what I did was basically just put the base coat, which was the red rusty primer. And then there's a process, if you Google it, you put salt on where the rust, you would want the rust to come through, and then you spray it with your secondary color. So in this particular case, I did rust and black, black being the top coat. And then when I was doing that, you know, I kind of got the salt actually to look like snow, and I thought, well, that would be a nice effect to add into the snow globe. So anyhow, went through the process. I did the salt, sprayed it black, took the salt off, looked really good just by itself. But then I went and when I put my mat on, I went ahead and put more salt on it to give it that dust of snow. And there's a close-up of the actual car, and then you can also see all the parts here. I'm gonna be careful not to let them slide around. They're pretty delicate right now, but yeah, I think the car turned out really cool. So just wanted to share that with you first. And then I think the next step is what's going to go with the car. What's the scene, I guess. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. I thought about it, putting some Christmas trees in there, but then we were watching the Christmas Story. You know the movie, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid movie, where there's that scene in there where they're walking down the alley, and then, gosh, I can't remember the names, but you know who I'm talking about, the redheaded, beady-eyed, redheaded kid that's a bully with everybody. They're in this alley, and there's like this fence, and there's some Model Ts, I believe they're Model Ts kind of in this alley, and that kind of is the inspiration for the scene. I'm gonna have just a wooden fence, and then the car sitting in the snow, and yeah, that's where I'm starting. It may evolve a little bit, but first things first, let's do the fence. All right, so for the fence, basically this is what I used. I used this wood pile. They're called 120 slim sticks. I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby, but it's just your typical, it's not popsicle sticks. They're a lot smaller than popsicle sticks, but yeah, I just had these, and this is kind of what I made the bridge out of for this snow globe. And so I'm just kind of running with that same theme to make this fence. But a little bit what I did differently, I've already kind of got all my pieces together. So I don't know if you can see here, the original stick has this round top on it. And so what I did is I trimmed a bunch and basically made dog-eared planks. So you can see as these get laid out, they're gonna look like basically just your fence boards that you get at Home Depot or Lowe's, just little mini versions of them. And then I also glued with, well, fence boards we know are typically like a 1x6. So if that's a 1x6 or a 1x4, I guess you'd call it a 1x4. If you stack 4 of them together, you'll get a 4x4, and that's exactly what I did here. I glued 4 of them together, and then I got my post. So I got 2 posts. I'll go like that. And then I actually put 2 together. So now I have a 2x4, which would be what would cap the top of your fence and would be your rails in here. So I'll cut that and I'll get that all flat. And then I'm just gonna put the boards on like so. So I'm doing a section of fence just like you would make one in your backyard. Let me put you on time lapse and we'll assemble this thing. Let's go. Here's where we're at. Everything is pretty much ready to start going inside, and I want to really think this through because obviously I can't build it all and fit it in. I'm gonna have to do like ship in a bottle type assembly, but I did double check. I can definitely attach the main part of the body and it'll still fit in. I'm using this block. I went ahead and cut a block. I painted it white, so if the snow moves around a little bit, it won't show up too much. And this will give it just enough height. So all this bottom will be covered with snow. And then I was also a little bit thinking ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put this faux dirt, railroad paper, I'm not even sure, but you get it in the railroad model supply stuff. And the reason I'm thinking there is because if it was really snowing, there wouldn't be much snow inside the car. So in case the fake snow kind of falls through in a little bit, I'd rather it you might see a little bit of dirt. I think it might look more realistic. So I'll glue that on and then just do the same thing I did with the salt, powdery look. And then the other snow is going to be that more faux, crystally glitter snow that'll go on top of that. That may spread over it as well. But with all of that done, I'm pretty stoked on how everything's looking. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Yeah, now it's just assembly time. I'll start putting all this together, and then I'm going to incorporate lights. So stay till the end. When I do the reveal, you'll see how I incorporated the lights on this thing. But I'm going to put you on time lapse while I assemble all of this. And then we'll do the embellishments at the end too. That's a whole nother piece. So I'm excited. Let's keep going.
But it's cold outside, it tingles in my heart. Breathing air that clears my mind, I'm all for a good start. I hear those jingle bells, people singing about love. It feels like I'm a kid, like I'm forever young.
All right, I gotta say, this thing is coming out better than expected. I really like the way this is turning out. I've still got some more things to do. I got to put the lights on. I got to do all the cool embellishments. I have an idea to actually bring in a old Ford memorabilia for this piece. Stay till the end and see that. The lights are going to be tricky. That you'll probably catch a little bit of that in the time lapse. But let me show you real quick the progress that we made. I got to let it dry, and I'll finish up probably tomorrow. But quick look, it's coming along good. You see it? You got my vision? Yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's wrap this one.
A sunny day, but it's cold outside. It tingles in my heart. Breathing air that clears my mind, I'm all for a good start. I hear those jingle bells, people singing.
Okay, so I got the assembly done. All that's left is to put on this little bit of foo-foo stuff. I'll show you that. That right there, that is the wrench. So I mentioned earlier, a piece of auto memorabilia will be put on there. So that's an old Ford wrench that I had in my collection. I think that's a nice little touch. And then, yeah, let me put this on and go ahead and show you it lit up. It's got the lights are on it. I don't know if you can see the lights back in there, but there's the lights on the fence. That'll all light up. The lid, I got to put the snow on. The lid I painted red and then put a coat of matte on it, and then that Merry Christmas piece. That's just a cheap little ornament from the dollar store that'll cap that off. Yeah, let me assemble this, put you on time lapse, and then I will show you the reveal.
And that's why I want to sing about